So millions of South Africans have benefited from the 350 Rand Social Relief of Distress grant that was instituted to help people get through the economic hardships brought about by COVID. Many others, however, have received those funds fraudulently. This is what the Auditor-General has been briefing MPs about during the annual report of the Social Development Department. eNCA's Ronald Masinda has been following that story, and he joins us now from Cape Town. Hello, Ronald. So millions of South Africans really have been helped by this 350 Rand a month grant. It continues until March next year. But the Auditor-General has revealed some very disturbing findings, that it actually landed in the wrong hands in cases.
Yes, indeed, Sally. Well, according to the Auditor-General, between the periods of October 2020 and March 2021, at least 272,000 people may have unduly benefited from receiving the 350 Rand grant. These individuals are either people who are not ineligible to receive the funding, or they were found to be people who actually had other means of an income. And this is estimated to have cost SASSA around 254 million Rand during this period. And among the people that are being investigated are government officials, which the Auditor-General hopes that investigations are wrapped up sooner rather than later, because they say that this has been an issue that has been ongoing and that people have not been held accountable for their actions. But one of the most important issues that were raised was the issue of the information technology systems, where it's alleged that developers even had access to some of the important information, access to the actual funds. So those were some of the findings that we heard today. But as we know that it's been adjourned, and that on Friday conversations will continue where the Department of Social Development will have to answer questions from MPs. Let's take a listen to what the Auditor-General had to say earlier.
Currently, there's investigations being done into the directors of certain companies that claimed it. That is done by the Fusion Center. Then there is already investigations being done by government employees that have claimed it. And then and that will most probably be recovered from them should they be found guilty. For the others, it all forms part of the material irregularity that we've identified, and the accounting authority will have to do an investigation and ultimately determine if there's anyone that should be held liable for any losses in that regard.
All right, so that's the word from the Office of the Auditor-General. You explained that the Department of Social Development still has to respond. We know that from time to time SASSA has come out and said, look, there has been some problem with these funds, they have taken some action. But what are you expecting to hear?
So from the report that the Department of Social Development read out, they believe that they've done all they can during a very difficult time between 2020 and 2021, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. They say that they've achieved over 80% of their targets. And one of the key focus areas will be to try and improve the lives of poor people by focusing on efficient steps to accelerate issues such as people struggling to get funding when they've waited for months applying to no end in sight. And what LINDIWE ZULU said earlier on, that as a department, their main priority is on the poor, and that's despite what has been said in recent years about the inefficiencies of her department. Let's take a quick listen to what she had to say.
These timely interventions continue to be experienced as the most tangible demonstration of government's determination to protect South Africans against all forms of vulnerability. Nudged by COVID-19, this is also the period when renowned innovations and complex partnership emerged and took center stage in the social development portfolio.